2020, a new decade, really exciting times ahead. Today we're going to talk about how we can go into this new year with our true vision, our true passion, really looking at going into the new year with New Year's resolutions, but in a different way, a deeper level, less superficial, really being pulled by the vision rather than pushed by motivation and what you feel you should do. So my name's Carrie and welcome to my channel at Mind and Body Balance. Here's to a great 2020 for us. Okay, so we're going to start talking about values and beliefs. So when we make our New Year's resolutions, we often think about things perhaps that are a little bit superficial in the fact that it's kind of what we feel we should be doing. It's stop smoking or reducing, or stopping and reducing alcohol, eating more healthy, exercising, and that's all great, but we need to look into the reasonings of why and what are our values and beliefs that are getting us to these things. So you might have heard about manifesting, you might have heard about so this new you and everything and all the hype for New Year. And that might have worked for you, it might not. How long has it lasted? Has it only lasted a couple of weeks, a month maybe, and then you're back to square one again? And that's what I mean about motivation. When we are pushed by motivation, it stops us really feeling into ourselves and our true us, as opposed to like being pulled by the vision, and it makes us really want to do it. So we're going to start off by talking about values and beliefs. Excuse me. And really going back to basics. Now, I mean, do you even know what values and beliefs are? Do we even revisit them? Are they even our own? Now, I have had a belief for most of my life about something, about sort of having children. And it wasn't until very recently that I actually realised that wasn't my belief. It was something that I perceived. Nobody else's fault, but it's something that I perceived and I took on to be my belief. And it wasn't until, like I say, quite recently that I started questioning this and thinking, I'm not sure that's actually mine, and started questioning it. And as we go into 2020 and we are more conscious, we are more awake, we are more mindful. And that's the point here. We are making changes that are to a different level for us, a different vibration. We're not doing what people are telling us to do anymore because it doesn't feel right anymore. So when we are seeing things on the telly, on radio, on newspapers, whatever it is, and you feel bad and you feel guilt and you feel shame and you think, oh, I must do this then because then I'll feel happy and things like that. So we need to get a bit more deeper than that, because when we feel like that and external and doing it for someone else's values and beliefs, then it's not going to last because it's not us. So we need to get really into the crux of why we want to do something and how. And that will make it more longevity. So what is a value? So a value is something that is important to you, something that you feel is important to you. And a belief is what you think is true. So a value is what's important to you, a belief is what you think is true. You can see how they're quite subjective, and you can see how they are very individual, especially the beliefs. Now, I'm not going to open a can of worms, but talk about religion, politics for the main big ones. You can have a belief about something. Education, you can have a belief about something, and that belief be completely different to a stranger, a family member, a friend. You really connect with someone, but you have different, massively different beliefs. So it's honouring that, it's being aware of that, it's being mindful of that and honouring that. And if you want to have discussions about values and beliefs, then that's great. If not, then accept that you may be different with people that are around you. The main thing is that they're yours, and the main thing is that you revisit them as often as you feel the need. So if you do journaling, you could journal weekly, monthly, quarterly, whatever, more than once a year, so that you're keeping on top of it. So revisiting these values, revisiting the beliefs. So the values, what's important to you. So there's a range of things in our world, aren't they, about what's important. A lot of people will say family, friends, health, abundance, in whatever meaning of the word you want to take that. I've got a few things. My values I've put there is a happy, healthy, kind, gratitude and adventure. They're things that I've put it down as my values, and it's something that is close to my heart, close to me, close to how I want to live my life, and that's how I would term a value. So a belief then is what you believe about these things. So just looking at what I've written here, so for my belief under happy, I've put, when I'm happy, I'm not suffering. Now, being all mindful, we know that we aren't going to be happy all the time. We are going to suffer. We are human beings. We have the human condition. We are going to suffer. But we can have the intention to be happy in all or majority of our circumstances, our experiences, our connections with other people. We can have that intention to be happy instead of just turning that happiness into frustration at the slightest little thing. You know, big things happen, yeah, we're going to turn from happy to something else, and it's all fine, but we have the intention to live a happy life. So we will go about it into our relationships, into our work life with a happy persona. And that's what I want to achieve. That's one of my values. So my belief is that when I'm happy, I will not be in suffering. Then we take that a little bit further. So if any of you have done any manifesting stuff, you know the key thing is to look at your feelings. Okay, this is quite hard for a lot of people, myself included. So looking at your feelings about these values and beliefs, and really visualizing what it would look like. So if I was to be happy, and I know my belief is that, yes, I want to be happy because my belief is that if I'm happy, I'm not suffering. So how does that look like? So like I said, in any situation, so you might be, you know, a mum. I'm a mum to a young daughter, and sometimes in the morning, if I've not had a lot of sleep or something, she might be a bit cranky and I would be a bit snappy. And when I'm doing this and I'm really in this zone, I'm really mindful of it, I can say to myself, it's me being snappy, my fulfilling my values and beliefs of being happy. Is snappy being happy? And I can say, well, no. So I can actually say, is this something that I really need to get worked up about? Not really. Okay, could I still be happy around this situation? Yeah, possibly, if I'm more mindful about it. So I can start to drop that frustration over the little things and be happy about, you know, the fact that my daughter's happy, she's bubbly, she's showing her emotions. You know, that's good things to be happy about. So really feeling into how it would feel, how it would look, how it would come across, how you would visualize it on your day-to-day life with the people that are around you, with the people that are around you at home, at work. What would your value and belief look like? And more importantly, feel like. Where in the body does it feel? So to feel happy, probably feel to me in my heart, I'd feel quite light, I'd feel quite smiley. So they're the things that I would feel and see if I was to live in my value and belief, my true me. The next thing is to think about is why. So why would we want to do this? So again, it's kind of it does overlap to some degree, but this why is your purpose. This is what's going to pull you and not have to push you. And there's a difference. So if I'm happy, I'm not suffering. That's my why. Because it goes back to my belief. When I'm happy, I'm not suffering. So by having a purpose and coming back to that all the time. So for example, if you're wanting to get healthy and you want exercise, so what's going to pull you instead of pushing you to do the exercise? So it could be, if we take the exercise thing, being healthy is the value. So that's next on my list. So being healthy is the value. The belief is a healthy life is more fulfilled and enjoyable. That's my belief. So my vision is energy and vitality, and my purpose is to be able to live a fulfilled life. That means to physically be able to enjoy running around with my daughter, having the energy to exercise, having the energy to work, to run a house, to walk a dog, to have the energy to do that most of the time. So you see the difference there. I'm getting pulled by it. It's like there's a deeper level to why I want to do these things. I want to be happy because I want to be free from suffering. The alternative is to be whiny and whingy and moany and down and depressed, and I don't want that. So I'm pulled to do the other, and it takes some effort. It takes effort to be mindful and to be present and to just say, is this what I want? Or is this not what I want? And then to do something about it, and then let that purpose pull. Do I want to exercise? Really don't want to, really can't be bothered. But why do I want to do it? I don't want to do it to fit into size 10 jeans. That's superficial. I want to do it to have more energy, to have more vitality, to spend time with my daughter or granddaughter, grandkids, whatever it is that you've got going on in your life. That's why I'm being pulled to do it. And if we can keep coming back to that, as well as visualizing it and feeling it, then that's what's going to carry us forward. So when we're in that zone and we're all like, yes, that's the feeling, that's the vibration we want to be given anytime we're feeling a bit of a lack with it all. Okay, so we're in that vibration, we're buzzing, but we need to know we've done the how. We need to know, the how. How are we going to do it? So how are we going to do this? We need to have the strategies down so that when things are difficult, when it is dark nights and when we are struggling with our energy to get on that treadmill, to go for that run, whatever it is you want to do, how are we going to do it? So we've got the vision, we've got how it feels, we've got the purpose and the why, but we also need to have the how. So for me, for the sort of how is, for the happy side, is to breathe, feel and respond. So when I'm in a time of frustration or some anger's coming up and I'm not happy, then I can notice it, feel it, take a breath, feel where it is in the body, what's going on, and then respond the way I want to. So I can just go, oh, okay, yeah, all right. It's just a little thing. It doesn't need to change my vibration, my energy. I can roll with it. I can flow with that. And I can still maintain some happy. It doesn't have to be you're 100% happy, but you're maintaining some happy. You're not getting dragged down by a little thing. Yeah? So breathe, feel and respond. And that's how I would do that there. And then with the healthy one, I've put, so the how to do it is time for exercise. So you've got to find the time. Find the time. Come off Facebook, come off social media, come off watching the news that's low vibrational, drags you down. Just find some time in the morning before you go to bed, just something. You can do these HIIT workouts now, like a 20-minute workout. You can fit 20 minutes in if you keep coming back to your purpose and your why. So yes, find the time for exercise, but also, this is under my healthy value, So time for exercise, time for rest, very important as well. To be healthy, you need to exercise, yes, but you need to rest as well. It needs to be quality rest, not just sleep, not just hitting the pillow and that's it. Find some rest in your day, and make sure you do get plenty of sleep as well. Do some exercise that I enjoy, and make good food choices. That's all in the bracket of being healthy, and they're the strategies that I'll put into place. Time for exercise, rest and sleep. Enjoy the exercise that I do, so find something that works for me, and make good food choices. Okay, so there's a couple of examples there where we've gone through values, beliefs, your vision and how it feels, your why, and then how you're going to do it. So, you know, I've got 5 down here. 3, anything between 3 and 5 would be a good one to work with. 1 or 2 to start off with. But get them down on paper, you know, as early as you can. I'm trying to get this video out for New Year's Day, when people are really in the mood to go for it. But let's go a bit deeper with it. Let's not just do it because we're told to, or it's someone else's belief, or it's a should. Let's get underneath it all and find out our own values and beliefs. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else to say on this really. There's a few little memes I've got here. So your attitude is an expression of your values, beliefs and expectations. Your whole life is controlled by 2 things, your beliefs and values. It's not hard to make decisions once you know what your values are. And I think that's key. Like, we go through our life just living to pay the bills, you know, and get to retirement and then live your life, if you even get there. Both my parents died in the 60s, so it's not a given. You don't know how long you've got. So live the life you want for you, that's true to you, and you will find that purpose within those values and beliefs. But keep reflecting on it, keep reviewing them, because they change. Even if they are your values and beliefs, they can change. You know, our life experience adds to all this. When we're a young adult, we take on a lot from our parents, and they're our values and beliefs, until we get our own life experience going, and we can make and change our own values and beliefs. So it's important to really be aware of that, and keep reviewing and reflecting, and making sure you're on track with it, because it sounds like homework, making sure you're on track with it, keep reviewing and reflecting. If we've got busy lives and busy hustle bustle jobs, I get that. But if we feel on a day-to-day basis that we are doing something that is true to us and is aligning our path, then surely we are having a more fulfilled, more real, true to ourselves life, and we are more joyful in that. I think that's it. Be pulled by your vision, not pushed by motivation. It's very important. I think that's it. So I hope you made a few notes. If not, rewind the video, get some pen and paper out. I should have mentioned that at the beginning, sorry. So scribble something down, see how you go, make some comments, let me know how it goes for you. And yeah, I'll be putting a few little posts to remind you about this for this week on Instagram and Facebook if you want to join me there. Other than that, have a fabulous 2020. Here we go. Thanks very much. Much love. Bye.